back at it. What's going on? It's your boy Q, and we back at it at Bodega Ben Kennels. And tonight I want to speak on a topic concerning health with your dogs. Before you breed your dog out, or before you decide to let your dog have puppies, make sure that you get your dog's health panel checked out to make sure there's nothing wrong with the dog. To be shortly and brief, I had a situation with somebody that I knew, trying to help somebody and do a favor, and help somebody start their kennel up and get pups on the floor. Make a long story short, my dog, which was the stud, was cleared of health panel was cleared. Everything was I got all my paperwork. Boy ain't had no paperwork, but he still wanted to breed. So me, trying to be a friend or associate or whatever, because I knew boy for a minute. I said, I'll work with you. We could do it. You know what I'm saying? Make a long story short, boy lied about a lot of things. He said he had everything basically covered and situated, C-section ready, everything. When it was all said and done, when the puppy was ready to get here, boy ain't have none of that. So we had to use my people's to do the C-section, everything. Make a long story short, pups get here. We came up with agreement that I would whelp the pups for 4 weeks. And in the midst of that, boy came up with a crazy situation. It was like, oh, he need to take the pups, earlier. So basically, he took the pups at 3 weeks. Before he took the pups was fine, no problems, latching on. Everything was great, But before I gave them to him, I still didn't transfer the pups from the mom to mush. So he had to do all that. Make a long story short, I kept a pup that was a part of the deal. So in the midst of me keeping the pup, I could see the transition and how it was going. So I started to notice that the hind legs was giving me problems. Like she wasn't standing, like they wasn't as strong as they were supposed to be. So make a long story short, I brought the dog to the vet. I held on to her and I brought the dog to the vet for her first shot, and I had the vet look at her, and he said it looked like she has hip dysplasia or some type of bow ligament. So and I noticed this. So because at first I thought it was the dog had like sleepers, so I was taping her legs up, but then I noticed that couldn't be it because she was hopping like a bunny, kind of like. So it was just certain things that I noticed, and I was like, okay, but that's what the vet told me. So I called him and I told him like, yo, any of your pups started? Because I hadn't speaking to son after I gave him the dogs back. And he was like, yeah, like 3 of his pups, 3 or 4 of them had displayed the same type of symptoms. So, I basically explained to him like, you might want to, you could do what you want to do, you're your own person, but you might want to, stop breeding your female, because of, she has to have some type of gene that's causing this, because my dog, I checked it and he don't have nothing. And I got on my paperwork on my dog. So I'm just saying this to say this, right? I kept a pup out of it hoping to make some money off of the dog, but to basically secure my part of the deal, and that didn't happen. I lost out on money, I lost out on time, and I definitely cut ties with son, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying this to all my new breeders and people that's out there that's doing this. Just be careful about who you do business with, and make sure they got their paperwork. Make sure like they got AKC. Like boy ain't have AKC, nothing. So make sure they got their paperwork, their DNA, and sometimes you just can't be nice to everybody. Like I knew I was going against something I don't normally do, but trying to help somebody out. Somebody that I knew, as an associate, somebody I knew, So I'm like, all right, I'll help you out. And in the end result, I ended up losing all in all. So I'm just saying, this topic was basically, go into business thoroughly. Like keep it straight business. Put the friend stuff to the side, associate stuff to the side, keep it straight business. Because in the end result, the only one that would be losing out is you. And like I said, I took an L, but I'm cool with that. It was all, I took it in stride, and now I know better. So better, you do better, right? So I just wanted to tap in on that. I wanted to talk about that tonight real quickly. I ain't gonna hold y'all up. But y'all tap in. Like I said, it's Bodega Banks. If you need any dog services, boarding, whelping, PGs, AIs, tap in with your boy. You already know. Y'all have a good night. You already. Or.